if a question is define proton number, so how you define a proton number? Proton number is a number of proton inside the nucleus of an atom. And what is a nucleon number? This number is known as the mass number or the nucleon number. It is a total number of protons and neutrons inside the nucleus. So mass number is also called or known as nucleon number, which is a sum of proton and neutron. So in a periodic table, using this periodic table, can you circle the nucleon number or mass number for cadmium? Nucleon number or mass number of cadmium. You can use a periodic table on your screen, and just I want you to highlight or circle. First you should find cadmium, the element, and then circle the nucleon number. Cadmium. The cadmium, this is gallium. Element cadmium, C-A-D-M-I-U-M, cadmium. Can you find the element cadmium in the periodic table? Yep. Yeah, this is the cadmium. Now my question is, what is the nucleon number of cadmium? Nucleon number means the mass number. So what is the nucleon number or mass number or atomic mass? So what is the atomic mass of this cadmium? That's 112. That's correct. Yeah, that's right. Another element, titanium. What is the nucleon number or mass number for titanium? I want first find out titanium. That's right. This is titanium. And what is the mass number of titanium? That's 48. So using a periodic table, you should be able to work out the mass number of that specific element as well as atomic number. What is atomic number of arsenic? Atomic number, yeah, that's correct. What about arsenic? Atomic number of arsenic. Can you find arsenic first? That is astatine. Arsenic. You can find on the right hand side, yeah, that's right, arsenic. And the atomic number, this 33 is the atomic number, and atomic mass is 75. So using a periodic table, you can work out the atomic number, you can work out number of protons, neutrons, and electrons. Then after identifying or finding the total number of electron, proton, and neutron, arrangement of electrons in an atom, that is also called electronic configuration. So when we arrange the electrons inside an atom, we call that as electronic configuration. For any atom, inside the center part of an atom, that is called a nucleus. Inside the nucleus you have particles such as neutron and protons. And around the nucleus there's a region where another particle is moving or revolving and orbiting. That particle is known as electron. So outside the nucleus we have particle which is known as electron. An electron is moving in the region, what we call this region, we call this region as shell or orbit. So a space where the electron is moving or around the nucleus, that space is known as shell or orbit. And how many shells are there? There are 7 shells in an atom. And what are the names of these shells? This is in order, alphabetical order: K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. So these shells have name. The first shell is called a K shell. The second shell is called L, M, N, O, P, and the last one is known as Q. You can also say K shell is the first shell, L shell is the second shell, M shell is the third shell, N shell is the fourth shell, O is the fifth, P is the sixth, and Q is the seventh shell. So for an atom, when there is an atom, it is having 7 shells or 7 orbits, which are named as K, L, M, N, O, P, and Q. So you have to learn how these electrons, why they are called as K, L, why they did not start with like A, B, C, D, why they started with K? Because already, as we discussed, the atomic mass is represented by A and atomic number is represented by Z. So already some of the letters are already used. That is why they did not start with A, B. They started with K and so on. Is it clear? Because already the other letters have other abbreviations, so instead of using the same letters it will create a confusion, so they use a separate set of letters but in sequence to show that K, L, M, N, O, P, and Q are the shells inside an atom. Now how to arrange, because our main topic is how to arrange these electrons inside the atom. So there are so many atoms are there, they have lot of electrons, so you don't have to learn for all the atoms. What you have to learn, you have to learn for first 20 elements. Electronic arrangement or electronic configuration. For first 20 elements. And how to learn this? So for first 20 elements, what you have to learn? The K shell, which is the first shell, it can maximum adjust 2 electrons. It cannot have more than 2 electrons. Maximum it can adjust only 2 electrons. Because it is a small space, so in that small space it cannot adjust so many electrons, only 2 electrons it can adjust. For L shell, which is a second shell, maximum it can adjust 8 electrons. And for the third one, M shell, which is the third shell, maximum it can adjust 'K, L and M. So M shell, which is a third shell, maximum it can adjust 8 electrons for 20 elements. So, but it can adjust more than 8 as well. But for 20 elements you will learn. So for the first 20 elements, it can adjust maximum 8. Otherwise, it can adjust more than that. But because you are learning only for first 20 elements, so you just remember that third shell can also adjust maximum 8 electron for first 20 elements. And you don't have to learn about other shells. You only 3 shells you have to learn their adjustment, because you're learning only for first 20 elements. So example, if I say I have element lithium. So we have element lithium, Li, which is written 3 and 7. So what is A here? A means nucleon number or atomic number. You can use the chat here to answer instead of a screen annotation, because I'm using it for explanation. Then later you can use the annotation as well. Only a chat right now so that I can copy your answers. So what is A here? Atomic mass. Lithium, it is written 3 and 7. What is A? Atomic mass or nucleon number? Atomic mass or nucleon number is 7. The higher number means higher value, that is a nucleon number or atomic mass. What about Z here? Atomic number. What is the atomic number? That is 3. How many protons are there? Number of protons is equals to Z. That's equal to 3. How many neutrons are there? A minus Z. So 7 minus 3. So equal to 4. And how many electrons are there? That is Z minus the charge, because it does not have any charge, so it will be 3 minus 0, so that is equals to 3. So we work out atomic mass, atomic number, number of protons, number of neutrons, and number of electrons. Now the second part is structure. How to draw the structure of lithium atom. So when we draw the structure, first thing, inside the nucleus, what we have, like if this is the nucleus, I'm representing a nucleus. Inside the nucleus contain neutron and proton. So how many protons will be there? It contain 3 protons and it contain 4 neutrons. Is it clear till now? First I draw a nucleus, and inside the nucleus I have 3 protons and I have 4 neutrons. So there are 3 protons and 4 neutrons. I can draw them separately, but because to save the space, I just draw them as one and just I wrote the number. Then around the nucleus there are shells. So first I draw K shell. So this is the first shell or the K shell. There are 3 electrons, so we have to arrange 3 electrons. So in the first shell, how many electrons? Because we have to arrange 3. So in the first shell, maximum it can adjust to. So in the first shell, it is having 2 electrons. Then what happened to the third electron? So that third electron will be present in the second shell. So this is the structure of lithium. Is it clear? How to draw the structure of lithium? Using the electronic configuration, using the number of proton, neutron and electron. Protons and neutrons are there in the center. So we draw them in the center, and electrons are there which are revolving. So we have to arrange total 3 electrons, but in the first shell maximum we can adjust 2. That's why in the first shell we arrange 2 electron, then we draw the second shell and we draw the third electron in the second shell. Any doubt in this part? The structure of an atom or lithium atom? And what is the electronic configuration? Electronic configuration shows how many electrons are there. In each shell. So in the first shell we are having 2 electrons, and in the second shell we have only 1 electron. So it will be 2 comma 1. So an atom consists of neutron, proton and electron. Neutron and proton inside the nucleus. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a region which we call shell. So there are 7 shells, but you don't have to learn the maximum number in each shell. You just have to learn for first 20 elements. Any doubt or a question? Another example. Say we have element beryllium, which is 4 and 9. Now what is A here? What is A here? For beryllium. So A is equals to 9. You can use the screen annotation now, because the last one I was explaining, now it's an activity, so you can use the screen annotation. So A is equals to 9, that's correct. Z is equals to 4. Number of protons are 4, that's correct. And number of neutron, that is Z minus A minus Z, so 9 minus 4, that's equal to 5, correct. And the total number of electron, that is equals to 4. Then now I will draw the structure. So if I'm drawing the structure of beryllium, Be, so first I will draw a nucleus. I can draw separately like neutron and proton, but just to, and even it's not necessary I circle a region. If in the center I write like I have 4 protons and I have 5 neutrons. So 4 proton and 5 neutrons are there. Then I drew a first shell. This is a shell. The first shell, because now how many electrons I have to arrange? I have to arrange 4 electrons. So first shell, maximum how many electrons I can adjust? So I can adjust maximum 2. So out of 4, I adjust 2 in the first shell. Then I will draw the second shell, and second shell maximum can have 8. But I'm not left with 8, I'm only left with 2. So I will arrange the remaining 2 in the second shell. So this is a structure of beryllium atom which is having 4 electrons. And what about the electronic configuration? The electronic configuration means it shows how the electrons are present in the shell. So how the electrons are arranged in the shell? The first shell we have 2, then in the second shell we also have 2. So when we write for different shells, we've just put a comma between them, like first shell 2 electrons, second shell 2 electrons. So this is the electronic configuration for beryllium. Is it clear? Okay, so moving on to another example. We have magnesium, which is 12 and 24. I want everyone to use the screen annotation to complete this. A, Z. Those who are not able to use the screen annotation, they can use the chat to state the answer. This is Z. So when we check the number of, yeah, A is 24, Z is 12, P is 12, that's right. N is 12. So all the numbers are 12. That's right, correct. Now, when we arrange to draw the structure, so when we draw the structure of magnesium, we have 12 protons and 12 neutrons. Then I am drawing the first shell. So I have to arrange how many? I have to arrange 12 electrons. So first, out of 12, first shell maximum can have 2. That's right. So I arrange maximum 2. The second shell, how many? I have to arrange total 12. So second can have maximum 8. And I can arrange all of them because that total, now total how many electrons I arrange? 2 plus 8, I arrange 10 electrons. So still I have to arrange the third one. So in the third shell, it can have maximum, it can have 8 or 18, but I'm only left with 2. So I will arrange 2 electrons. So this is the structure of magnesium. And what about the electronic configuration? That's right. That's 282. That's correct. So we can work out its electronic configuration as well. So total 6 participants are there. So I want participation from everyone. I want, you can use a separate section as I make 6 separate sections. So I want everyone to draw the structure of calcium, which is having I will write the number of proton. There are 20 protons, there are 20 electrons, and there are 20 neutrons. And I want everyone to draw the structure of calcium. You can use any of the part, but separate sections. The structure. Abdullah Sarfraz, yes.
We have to draw 20 circles for the proton, or we can just label it.
No, just label. The center just label 20p. And I want the structure, like the way I showed. And you can use a separate section for your drawing. Don't bother about your diagram will be look like a rough, but it's okay. Just to check the concept. And write the electronic configuration at the last. After completing your structure, just write the electronic configuration. Yes, what about others? Saim, Abdullah Khan. In a screen annotation, there is also an option you can select uh, a definite figure as well, like Yusra is doing. So you can also use that, which will make a neat figure. Okay, let's try 288. And Hatim, there should be 2 as well here, because you are arranging total 20 electrons, so there should be another shell. Like first you write uh, first you have 20 protons and 20 neutrons. The first shell, which is closest to the nucleus, maximum can adjust to. We have to arrange total 20 electrons. So second shell, maximum it can have 8. The third shell, maximum 18, but for first 20 elements it's 8 again. And we have to arrange total 20, so 8 plus 8, 16. And 16 plus 2, 18. So still 2 electrons we have to arrange, so we have to move to another shell that will make 18. So when we write the electronic configuration, it is 2, 8, 8 and 2. So it is not necessary that first circle you make for nucleus. It is up to you. You can make it, Or even if you write, just like example, if you write 20 proton 20 neutron and you circle, that means the nucleus. Or even without circle, you write 20 proton and neutron, that can be a nucleus as well. So first shell 2, second shell 8, third shell, and there should be another one as well, the last shell. And just complete the electronic configuration. 288, and because of your space you did not draw the remaining two. That's right, Abdullah. Yes, Freena, your one is also correct, and you completed. This is also right, Yusra. Hatim, first shell 2, second shell 8. Then you're missing, your electronic configuration is correct, but you're missing the number of shells. Now we'll do some questions related to this part. Which one is the right option? You can use the screen annotation to circle the right option. And Saim and Abdullah Khan, I want your participation as well. Circle the right option. Atomic nucleon number or mass number is 39 and atomic number is 19. How many proton, neutron and electrons are there in potassium ion, K plus? Keep that in mind. Atomic number is equals to Z and atomic mass is given by A. Okay, what about others? How many protons, neutrons and electrons are there in potassium ion, K plus? Another word for nucleon number is called a mass number. Atomic mass or mass number. So they're asking for potassium ion. A is equals to 39, Z is equals to 19, number of proton that is equals to Z, so 19, number of neutron A minus Z, 39 minus 19, that's equal to 20, and number of electrons Z minus the charge, so Z is 19 minus the charge is 1, so 19 minus 1, 18. And it is obvious that number of electrons should be less than proton, it's a positive charge. So the correct answer for this one is A. So we already discussed this electronic configuration. These are the electronic configuration chart for the first 20 elements: hydrogen, only one electron; helium 2, lithium, electronic configuration 2 1, beryllium 2 2, 2 3, 2 4, and so on. You don't have to memorize. If you understand the pattern, you can do it for any of the elements from first 20. Now, I want everyone to use screen annotation to complete this table. The first one is done. The first row is done for you. Particle A is having 12 protons. It is having 10 electrons. So when we write electronic configuration, first shell it will have 2 and second shell it will have 8. And how to decide the charge? To decide the charge, there are 12 protons, so plus 12, and 10 electrons, so minus 12, so plus 12 minus 10, that is equals to plus 2. So the charge is plus 2. What about the second one? There are 18 electrons but you can see the charge is -1 or 1 minus. So it cannot have same number of electron and proton. If there was a charge 0, then it should have same number of electron and proton. So how many protons should be there in this part? This box. How many protons should be there? The charge is -1, negative. So negative means electrons are more. It cannot be 19. Why it cannot be 19? Because plus 19 and minus 18, that will give +1. But the charge is -1 here. 1 minus or -1. So it cannot be 19. So what should be the number of the protons in this box? So that is equals to 17, because 17 protons minus 18, that the total will be -1. Then because this is net charge is 0, if net charge is 0, number of protons should be equal to number of electron. That's why 18 is the right answer. Number of protons should, that's not the rule, Abdullah Sarfraz. It can be number of electron first. That does not make difference to the final answer. Like if I write -18 and +17, so that will also give the same answer. That does not make difference. And when we arrange 10 electrons, so it will be 2, 8, because we just have to arrange 10 electrons. And what is the net charge? There are 8 protons and 10 electrons. So the net charge, there are 8 protons and 10 electrons. So the net charge will be -2 or -2. Is it clear, this table? To everyone? So next session we'll do more questions related to this electronic configuration. As a homework, I want everyone to complete the electronic configuration for first 20 elements. What are the first 20 elements? Hydrogen. These are the first 20 elements starting from hydrogen till calcium. So I want everyone to draw the structure and write the electronic configuration for first 20 elements. Any question related to the class today? So I'll end the session and share this accordingly. And there will be a test tomorrow related to topic 1. After discussing the weekly homework, I will conduct an online test.